Hello everyone and welcome to a belated Whimsy Wednesday. I don't know about you, but this summer the weather has kicked my butt. Yeah, anytime the air pressure changes, my head changes. And with the weather recently, along with everything else, I have been in an epic funk. Add into that the lovely fun of rain-triggered allergies, and yeah. This past Wednesday, I was not fit for camera. And those of you that have watched for a while, particularly during lockdown, know that I will get in front of the camera looking pretty well rolled out of bed. So yeah, I was gross. And that's it. I was gross. So here we are, and this means I did a lot of writing the last few weeks. I had some ideas in mind, and I needed to get some of it down on paper, but more particularly, I needed to get samples done, and I was able to do that. Yay! So that means this Whimsy Wednesday, which is going to go out on a Friday or a Saturday, is actually going to announce not one, but two publications. One is an In Detail, which, if you've been following along, In Detail is my, I don't know what to call it. I guess I really need to start explaining what In Detail is. It's basically where I take an original item, a small, fanciful, whimsical item from the 19th century, and I look really closely at it in detail and how it's put together, what it uses, the techniques, and for almost all of them, I give you directions on how to make something, either recreate it or something very like it. All but one of them actually have the directions. The very first one is the one that doesn't. Since then, I've been doing the directions. And in this one, I've actually included directions for recreating the original, and then recreating a slightly easier version, and then making some ornaments from the same technique. So, what is this first piece that I'm talking about? All right. Come on, little Essie. We need the picture. Oh, this is funny. Okay, so she has been ignoring me all afternoon. I ran up to an appointment this morning, came home, she didn't come to the door. She didn't come out at all. She may have come out when I fell asleep, I'm not sure. Went in, not coming out. She hears me talking. Guess who's awake? Hello, Goose. Hi, my Clara Rose. Oh, that's adorable. Okay, she's sticking her head up inside announcement number 2, but we'll get to that. Okay, so back to where we were. Apologies. So the very first publication I want to talk about is the new In Detail, and this is a paper-pieced pinball. Yeah, I enjoy alliteration. Gotta be careful with that reflection. It's showing you my messy kitchen. Yeah, so this is the dining area, the living area, the kitchen area. I'm not one for like these big open spaces. This makes me crazy. I miss having like a separate dining room and a separate living room. Anyway, I digress. The paper-pieced pinball. So, I'm not showing you the original. You have to buy the publication to find out why I'm not getting out the original very often. Instead, I'm going to show you a couple samples. So this is what a paper-pieced pinball in silk could look like. All right, I'll play with the littler one first. This was my first sample, which was actually a little bit smaller than the original. And just as the original, it's done up with all kinds of different silks. This one, which is the size of the original, has the pins all in it. Let me tell you, the sucker's much heavier than the pinless version. So this edition of In Detail shows you how to make the pinball version and a slightly simpler right triangle ornamental version. And I added a last minute supplemental page that shows you how to make little ornament versions. What do you think, Clara Rose? You like the ornament versions? Aw, now you want attention. Yeah. Can we sit on my lap? We'll try that. Let's not give everybody a butt shot. You can't have that either. So those of you who don't know, Clara loves wool. This is wool. Alright, so if you purchase this In Detail, you have the close in detail look at the original paper piece pinball, which has some history to it. And then you get the directions for the pinball, the ornamental pinball, and a couple ornaments, holiday ornaments, Christmas ornaments. You could turn them into Easter ornaments. You could turn them into 4th of July ornaments. They're just, well, let's be honest, fun with geometry. All right. So that's the first one. Oh, I should show you this one. So this one I did all in black. And it's embroidered. And now it has some clarifier. Honestly, I think this is something some kids could do. I would go just barely preteen, because some of it is very fiddly. But the reason I'm saying that is it really is a good lesson in geometry and how some shapes go together. I really should do like a little outline of different projects that pull from geometry that would be good for kids. Add that to my to-do list. I have quite the to-do list. Okay, so rolling on to announcement number 2. All right, so about not quite this time last year, I'm gonna say late September, early October. School was in session for us. We were doing remote and then groups of kids. Well, morale, what's the word I want? Yeah, you know the word I want. Things were pretty low, and we were rolling into fall what would have been ag fair. We did have an ag fair at the museum, but we didn't have the competition that we usually have. It's just a big sewing thing for me, and then of course Halloween. And Halloween was on like Friday or Saturday night, I can't remember, at the culmination of the week. Now, I'm not a big Halloween person. I lost a kitty on Halloween when I was younger, when I was a teen. It's kind of, okay, there's no kind of about it. It squished a lot of Halloween for me. So anyway, I decided, with hearing about the Spoon Project in England and a couple other interesting, inspiring things, like, I want a witch hat. And so I made a witch hat. And I made another witch hat. And then I made another witch hat. And before we were done, I should get out some of those pictures, shouldn't I? Before we were done, I had a witch hat for every day of the week. I actually had more than enough to wear each day of the week at school. The funny thing is, I didn't see anybody. So here I am wearing my witch hats, and Nobody was around to see me. Well, not really. We just all, you know, we were in our own rooms and in our own wings. Hi, you. I'm getting out the... Well, that was a big tail. Oops. Thank you. We had things fall over. Lots of things. This is proof that I don't edit much. All right. There we go. So, witch hats. I had my sun and moon. And this is the green vining one that I love. And this one's embroidered. Come on, what'd I do? Oh, nifty. Some plaids, some plains, some plaids. Oh, look, there's me wearing some. Okay, so yeah, I ended up with a witch hat for every day of the week. Shared them, of course, and I had so much interest in them, but I wasn't in a place to sell them. This year came around, and I was thinking, oh, maybe I will. And then I thought about a particular feline and her flurfiness. Flurfy, flurfy, flurfy. You know? And I decided, you know, Flurfy wool and Clara and what it takes to do these, not going to be a good combination. And then there's the aspect of getting them in a box. While they are squishy, I don't want to squish them that much. And it turns out, once you exceed 12 by 12 by 12, the postal rates go up a lot. So then, Elise, totally blaming you, Elise, asked about a pattern. And I'm like, oh, I could totally do a pattern. And suddenly it felt more fun because I get to share how to make it, which is really pretty simple. And then there's the fun of, you know, personalizing it. So other publication is a mini pattern. Oh, come on, no reflection. So it's the mini pattern. It's my Whimsy Witch Hat. And like I said, it's a pretty simple pattern. The goal was to make something, write something up that was going to be really easy to follow and fun. So I did 2 different crowns. So there's a single piece crown and there we go, a triple piece crown. This one's the triple piece with the exterior seams. There's directions on doing exterior seams or doing a traditional seam. So 2 crowns, a single and a triple. And then directions on doing the brim with the same fabric inside and out. So this is wool out here and in here, or the mini. The mini's not in the directions. This is just Clara's. But the mini shows you it has wool out here, silk in here. In the directions, I don't say you have to use wool and silk. You can use the fabrics that you want. I do have some recommendations on what those are. Holy moly. So it's mid 70s in here. And very humid. That's warm. Here, I'll do this. It's a little cooler. So yeah, wouldn't it make a cute little percher too? I might have to add some things to make it a percher. Do you want to wear your hat? Okay, that could have been really bad. Okay, so we're going to move a couple things, honey. Since that went over twice now. Come here. Come here. I know. I yell at you to get down and then I say come here. So I don't know if this will fit her or not. Everybody thinks I'm loony. All right, hop over, please. Thank you, dear. Where was I? My apologies. So, 2 crowns, a single piece or a triple piece, with directions for making it the traditional way or with the visible seams. 2 ways of making the brim: wool on, well, exterior fabric on both the top and the bottom, or an exterior and a lining. So in all reality, you can make multiple hats, multiple style hats with the one pattern. And then I included a little gallery of the hats that I've made so far. Some of those I just showed you there. And each one of those will talk about what technique I used, whether it was an applique or a needle felting, embroidery, etc. So that is that pattern. Let me show you these again before my tablet dies. Uh-oh. Okay, so there's the Whimsy Witch. And see if I can do it. Come on. We're down to 3%. There's the paper pieced pinball. Please don't criticize my kitchen. I hope you'll take a look. I kept both prices low. The in details are $9 a piece. And I think I'm going to be able to stick with that for a while. I put $6 on the hat because that looks like the ballpark for modern witch hat patterns out there. This is the very first modern pattern that I've done. I had no clue what to price it at. I think that one's like 15 pages, and I think the in detail is 20 pages. Each one has 2 PDFs to download, the directions, and then the printable patterns. Well, patterns or templates, depending on which project. I think that's it. Clara and the Avalanche kind of just threw me a little there. So I hope you get a chance to hop over and enjoy those. I do think I'm going to do a future video that looks at my in details, because I'm realizing I haven't done anything like that yet, and I really should. I am planning a couple other modern mini patterns. If this goes over well, we'll see how that evolves. I did ask the folks in the challenge groups, the past challenge groups, if they're interested in another challenge, and it sounds like a yes. We're going to do 2-month challenges. It'll be so September and October combined, and then a November, December combined. I have to come up with the topic. Today's the 20th. I'm running out of days. School actually starts for me in a few days. Kids have another 2 weeks. 2 weeks? 2 weeks, I think. Can't even keep track. And I just lost my train of thought. Okay, challenges. So I have to come up with a topic for the challenges, or a theme for the challenges. And then I do think I'm going to try to do some more holiday ornament types of things for the Whimsy Wednesdays going forward. Because I know I haven't done any hands-on in ages. I am so sorry. That was a big part of what I wanted to do when I started this. With the lockdown component, I wanted to do a lot of hands-on, bring everybody together type of fun things. And I feel like I've been slacking with not having any hands-on projects for folks. So I gotta work on that. Okay, now that I'm going I should probably say thank you for joining me, and I will see you for the next video. Bye-bye, y'all.